So you want to increase your income. You want to grow your business faster. You want to make more money. You want to build your clientele more. Here's the problem. You're looking at all the wrong places. And I think I've been doing this long enough to be able to say that. I haven't even met you. The mystery behind sales. Too often when financial advisors want to make more money, they end up looking in all the wrong places. I'm going to share with you 2 places. If you were to pay me $1 million to help you grow your business, I'd go to 2 places and one of only 2 places. Now there's other places, of course, but the 2 biggest ones, looking in all the wrong places, where is it? Here's the sales cycle from the time someone meets you to the time they decide to work with you. Here it is. Where are these 2 places? If you don't know where they are, then you end up looking in all the wrong places. There's 2 places in the entire sales cycle. I'm giving you a hint. I'm breaking down the evolution of a sale. I don't care what kind of sale it is, whether it's investments to a wealthy family, wealth investments to a young family, wealth investments to an enterprise or an endowment, or life insurance to a young family, life insurance to a multi-generational, ultra-affluent family. It doesn't matter. There's 3 stages to every sale. Where are the 2 places that if we pull those levers, that we can increase your last year's sales by at least 25%? Where are they? I'm going to show you. The first one happens right here, right up front. Matter of fact, happens right even before you get into your sales cycle. And this is about 40%. 40% of all initial and an opening sales or marketing conversations never even make it into the pipeline. They never even make it to a second or third meeting. Why? Because your sales conversations sound the same. You sound the same. Your messages are not clear. They're not compelling. They're not consistent. And they're not collectively understood by your team. 40%, think about that. I know you know how much money you made last year. You might even be pretty analytical, tell me how much money you made last quarter or last month. So everybody's tracking how much money they're making. What they're not tracking is how much money they're losing. So you can't fix something you can't see. And if you can't tell me where in the sales cycle you can put your finger on, where there's a high degree of certainty you're losing money, you can't see it, you can't fix it. So the first one, 40% of all sales conversations, they lack clarity. They're not clear, they're not compelling. And most often you sound the same as everybody else. That's when the prospective client says, I already got that and take care of. Someone's already doing that for me. So that's what that one is. The second one happens out here. Actually happens towards right here at the end. When you make your presentation. When you give client advice, here's what we know. 35% of all sales presentations, they end up as a stalled deal. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know I talk a lot about stalled deals. Why? Because they're not a cost of doing business. They are not win some, lose some. They are not a numbers game. That is a complete oversimplification of where sales performance comes from. These are the most costly, even though they're lower percentage. It's because you've spent time on it. You spent yours and your team's time on it, spent all that time, and you end up losing it to a stalled deal or client procrastination. Here's the cool thing. These are avoidable, and so are these. The reason why this is so expensive is because if this is your funnel, they're not even getting into your sales pipeline. So you're not even losing the opportunity because it didn't even get into your pipeline. But here's what we know. If we can increase your funnel, you can increase your sales opportunities. If you can increase your sales opportunities, you can increase your clientele. If you can increase your clientele, you can increase your money. So your initial sales conversations matter. So if I was going to coach you, I'd have you work on your initial sales and marketing conversation. I'm going to give you some pro tips on that. So you want to test this. How clear is your message? How compelling? is your message? How consistent is your message? And how collectively understood amongst your team? And score them. Just go ahead and score these 1 through 5, 1 through 5, 1 through 5, 1 through 5. And what you want to do is get closer to the 5. Is it clear? Tell me. Just go take out your iPhone and record it. I say, tell me what you do. Tell me a little bit about your business. What is it that you do for clients? What are the problems that you solve for them? Just tell me a little bit about your company. If it's not clear, then score it low. Your job is to now make it a little more clear. Compelling? If it's not compelling, I want you to introduce your work through the problems you solve, not the benefits of working with you, not the advantages of becoming a client. Introduce your work through the problems you solve. Compelling problems. Things that are disrupting what your target buyer is looking to achieve. This is how you improve your initial sales and marketing conversation. This is how you reduce that. When you reduce this, you increase your pipeline. You increase your pipeline, you increase your selling opportunities. You increase your selling opportunities, you'll increase your clientele. You increase your clientele, you'll serve more people, make more loot, and grow your business faster. It's that freaking simple. So sales, there is no mystery here. Let's go to this one. 35%. Did I finish this one? Make it more clear, make it compelling, introduce your work through the problems you solve. Consistent, practice it. Don't tell me the story differently over and over and over. Make it the same thing over and over. It's the only way you can improve it. You can't improve something if it keeps freaking changes every time you open your mouth. And by the way, when someone says, hey man, what do you do? And you open up your mouth and a bunch of noise comes out, that's costing you money. It's costing you money. Every time you open your mouth and someone says, what do you do? And it's not clear, it's not compelling, it's not consistent. Every time you say it a little differently. And your team, they don't even understand what we do. You go test this. Ask your team, write the 3 things down that we do for our clients. I bet you get 3 different answers. All right, that's this one. Let's go to this one. This one's, remember, at the end of the sales cycle. This is where we present advice and they don't take action. We call that a stalled deal. And stalled deals cost us money. So how do stalled deals happen? If you've seen me explain the compass, you'll know how that happens. This model, the compass, adds framework to how we deliver advice. It creates a structure around your client building methodology. It recognizes how people make decisions towards change, and there's an evolution. And it goes like this. Goes clockwise. What we do is we hijack the freaking model and we go counterclockwise. And we think we're shortening things when you're adding time and you're adding the probability of the thing ended up as stalled deals. Here is how it works. Everybody's satisfied with some aspect of their lives. It's how we make decisions towards change. And then we become aware of some sort of issue. Something's broken. Something's outdated. Something's not working so well. And we become aware of that. And as sales professionals, what we do, as soon as we hear that, we get these little happy ears, put a big freaking fat smiley face on, and we put our cape on. Here's your cape. And you fly over here to save the day. But what are you doing? Really, what are you doing? You're going over here to present someone options, giving advice to fix a problem they haven't even decided to fix yet. No wonder it ends up as a stalled deal. 35% of all client presentations over here end up as a stalled deal. So we go back to this model. Everyone's satisfied, needs evolve over time. We become aware of an issue, and that issue, something's broken, some sort of roadblock to their goals. And then down here, we talk about, this is where the cost, the consequence, where the risk in the absence of change, not addressing the problem, the cost, consequence, and risk, this is the catalyst to change. So when we skip this and we skip fix, that step, and we just jump across the compass and we hijack, we're presenting advice to someone who hasn't even decided to fix it. No wonder it's a stalled deal. And stalled deals, 35%, they cost you money. This is totally predictable. Matter of fact, I know it's so predictable because I've done this enough. You're replaying in your head right now. I haven't even met you. You're replaying sales. Some of which could be a year or 2 years old, where you did exactly that. You got these happy ears as soon as you saw there was a problem, and you went over here and like, yo, man, I can help you out. This is what we do. And you started presenting solutions, and it fell on deaf ears. And it became a stalled deal. You actually saw you putting your cape on, flying over here, and creating a stalled deal because you presented perfectly sound advice to someone in need, but you presented to someone who hasn't even yet decided to fix it. How irrational is that? Told you they were predictable. And they're also avoidable. Here's the pro tip. Follow the compass. It goes clockwise. It doesn't go counterclockwise. So it goes from satisfied to aware to fix. This is the conversation I want you to work on. If your sales conversations sound like everybody else, this is what I want you to work on. If you're losing deals out here, 35%, remember, everybody's tracking their money, but they're not tracking what they're losing. Do you even know how many stalled deals you had? So I'm telling you, this is how stalled deals happen. In almost 85% of all stalled deals. So this is my pro tip. This is what I want you to work on. These are 3 different conversations. This is quadrant 1 between 12 and 3 o'clock. Quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2 between aware and fix. I want you to work on your quadrant 2 conversation. Your quadrant 1 conversation is about, hey man, tell me a little bit about your goals. And then where you uncover the things that are disrupting those goals, interfering with those goals. Remember, something that's broken, something that's outdated, something that's not working any longer. Down here, I want you to, don't go so fast. Slow it down. And have a discussion. This is a second discussion around the cost, the consequence, and risk if they don't overcome those issues. What's the impact on your goals if you don't fix this? That will create a catalyst towards change. This creates urgency. This is the motivator to buy. This will shorten your sales cycle. This conversation will increase the probability you'll reduce your stalled deals. So if we can reduce your stalled deals, because you can't win them all, down to 15, you tell me what that costs. What kind of impact does that happen? If your average sale is 10 grand and you made last year 200 grand, it means you made 20 sales. If you're losing 35% and you could just grab another 4 or 5 deals, that's 50 grand. That's what it's costing you by jumping across the compass. So if you want to start making more money, stop looking around in all the wrong places to grab that extra income. There's 2 places I want you to work on right now. And I guarantee you those will increase your income by at least 25% of what you made last year. Choose this one or this one. If your sales conversations lack differentiation, they're not clear, they're not compelling, they're not consistent and collectively understood, score them. Get your recorder out and score them. I want you to move to the right. Score them, get it closer to a 5. And your pipeline will get more full. When your pipeline gets more full, you'll have more selling opportunities. More selling opportunities, more clients, more income, more greater business, and you'll have more fun. Most likely you don't have a freaking marketing problem. You got a messaging problem. That's this one, 40%. And the last one, 35%, if you're presenting and you're getting stalled deals, people are taking their time taking your advice. There's no urgency. You're giving sound advice to people in need and they're not taking action. You got a stalled deal problem. You got a stalled deal problem, you got a timing problem. You're jumping across the compass, you're timing your advice, and it's all wrong. I want you to go and keep doing what you're doing, but have this conversation here. Have the conversation around, hey man, what's the cost, the consequence, and risk if you didn't address this? In the grand scheme of things, where does this fit in? Come on, where does it fit in? Have this conversation and then go to options. So there it is. Use the red flag compass, add structure to your deal. Stop snooping around for all these kind of great ideas with the silver bullet. Pick one of those 2 spots in your entire sales cycle, work on them, use the compass, improve your messaging, stop stalled deals, make more money, have more fun, and come back to my channel. I'll give you more pro tips next week.